Hi there, welcome to insert name of channel here. Myself and my mate Tony have been out wild camping, climbing, mountaineering, generally all things outdoors for 10-12 years or so, and in the last few years I've sort of gotten a little bit interested in photography and what have you, and finally splashed out on a half decent DSLR. So now that I've got the facilities, I thought it'd be good to start documenting a few of our escapades. So that's what this is. Gonna probably put it on YouTube, not quite sure what it'll be, mostly probably wild camping, with a bit of mountaineering thrown in here and there, if logistically I can take my gear with me. I'm a bit older and portlier than I used to be. I'm 43 now. Spent all my life outdoors, in Cubs, Scouts, camping, Army Cadets for a brief while, and carried on camping and climbing and stuff from there on in, really. So been doing it a long time. Still enjoy it, just not as fit as I used to be. Myself and Tony used to do a fair bit of mountaineering and a bit of climbing up until probably 5 or 6 years ago, when Tony snapped his cruciate knee ligament. So he had quite an ordeal dealing with that, and in the meantime I had quite an ordeal eating and drinking. So he's now fit and healthy and raring to go again on more technical days out, whereas I've got a couple of stone to shift. So it'll actually be good to start documenting this and see if I can get myself back to some level of fitness. We've done 3 peaks, Welsh 3000s, a few bits and bobs when we were fitter and younger, and I'd like to think that I stopped doing it for a while because it took the enjoyment out of it. It's all got a bit too competitive, and kind of lost why I started going out and doing all this in the first place, by time trialing everything and pushing and pushing. So I stopped doing it, and it took the shine off it for a while. But at the moment, as I say, I'm not as fit as I used to be. Tony's sorted his knee out now. I've got a knee problem of my own to contend with, but hopefully that'll be sorted in the near future. So it might be good to set myself a target and see if we can achieve the Welsh 3000s again, but we'll see. But anyway, at the moment we get out doing a fair old bit of wild camping. It's a good laugh, we don't take ourselves too seriously, so we just want to start documenting a bit of that for fun, really. We'll perhaps go into what gear we use and why, and that's what it'll be basically. So we'll see what content we can come up with, whether it's any good to put out on YouTube or just for ourselves, just for looking back on years to come, and take the mickey out of each other. Whatever it is, all good. So we were out last night wild camping. Luckily it's funny I'm starting this now, we've just, obviously it's January 2022, we've just had 2 bloody years of lockdown. Getting out's been difficult. Both Tony and myself are quite antisocial creatures. We don't go out clubbing and the pub too much, and social activities. Our thing is getting out in the wilds, away from people. So it's been tough through lockdown, more so for my mate Tony, which I'll probably come on to in further videos going forward. But yeah, we're lucky that we live in Stoke-on-Trent. That might sound random because Stoke-on-Trent's hardly Monaco, but it's not as bad as people make out. There are some lovely areas in and around Stoke, and the good thing is we're right on the edge of the Peak District, so 20-30 minutes down the road and we're in the Peak District. Plenty of countryside all around us, so we've been lucky in that during lockdown we've been able to get out. Not necessarily legally, but as I say, we've not been going to the pub and various places that could be a hotbed for spreading this thing around. So the only thing we have really been doing is sneaking out, not coming into contact with anybody, just sneaking out and having the odd nights camping, just us two, and that's it. That's been as far as we've ventured out really through lockdown and what have you, and it's been good. So yeah, we'll be documenting a few other camps. As I say, we were out last night locally. Coming back to that, we've done a fair bit of local camps because we've been forced to, but my friend Tony lives out in the Staffordshire Moorlands. I'm not going to say exactly where, but there's plenty of countryside and woodland around where he lives. Now we've been contemplating whether to try and find a friendly farmer who would allow us access to some private woodland, just for sort of arsing about bushcrafting and learning a few things, and just a local escape when it's a bit of a last minute thing. Do you want to just swing out for a night, throw things in a bag and away we go without too much planning? Fortunately, Tony had spotted a woodland not too far from where he lives, put out a few inquiries, and we've managed to secure exclusive access to it. It's 2 acres. It's a cracking bit of woodland, quite undulating, plenty of good features. The downside to it is it's relatively close to an estate, and because of that, the local youths have been in through lockdown, same as us, but we do things correctly. The local youngsters have been in, and we've been clearing it out for the farmer. What he said to us is, you can use it for whatever you want, just do me a favour, get rid of the bikers, because he's blighted with mountain bikers in there. There's quite a decent mountain bike track been established in there, to be fair. Unfortunately, it's been established by the dismantling of dry stone walls to build a series of ramps. They've cut through his barbed wire fencing to gain access, and they've ripped out wooden fence posts again to bolster the dry stone wall and earth berms and jumps that they've made. Unfortunately, if they'd have just gone in and maybe looked after the place and not left shit about the place, then I guess the farmer wouldn't really been all that bothered, so long as they respected it. That's not the case. It's been totally abused. Alongside that, there's been people wild camping in there who've rocked up with crates of Stella, crates of Budweiser, and just left the place a mess. So the farmers asked if we clear the place up and dismantle the mountain bike track and effectively rewild the woods, put it back to something like how it should be, then it's ours for exclusive use to do as we see fit, so long as we respect it. Obviously we will respect it. We've been going in for the last 2 or 3 weeks now. We've done a few sweeps of the place, and we've pulled out so far about, I don't know, 12-15 rubble sacks full of just litter, crap, beer bottles, beer cans, litter. Tidied the place up. We've started dismantling the track, and yeah, over the coming months we'll start rewilding it fully back, get the stones back in the dry stone wall, dismantle all of the build-up of earth that they've made, maybe throw a few new trees in there, and just basically give it 12 months to rewild back over to something like natural. And we really appreciate that facility. It's great. We were in there last night, we've been in there over Christmas. I'll maybe follow this up with a few little bits of snippets of videos and photos that I took from last night, a few time lapses. Totally new to this, no idea what I'm doing. Trying to learn photography and learn a bit of videography, and learn how to put together a video just for shits and giggles really. So enough waffling. I'll go and try and edit a few snippets from last night into this, and hopefully this will kickstart a bit of a catalogue of what we get up to. So cheers, see you later.
Bye.